Let's talk about the tools that you need to get started with video marketing. I mentioned this in an earlier video, but I know that a lot of people let this get in the way. And I am guessing you could get away with very little money spent on your setup. I want to talk about the different pieces. There's lighting, there's camera, there's audio, and there's software. So let's start with lighting. If you have access to natural light, that is great. If you do not, you can get a ring light. They cost around $30. The whole list of the tools that we recommend is at amplifiednow.com/tools. But I have right now a ton of lights on me. I have 4 spotlights, an overhead light, and this light back here, which actually isn't a light that shines on me, but is important for the background. Just to give you an idea, I also have a window to my right that brings in a lot of natural light. There is really no upward limit of lighting. You want to have the right temperature. So by the right temperature, I mean make sure it all matches. So before I had some that was blue and some that was yellow, and that doesn't work. You need to have all the same temperature lighting, but most lights are adjustable for that. And if you only want one light, make sure it's a ring light and make sure it's close to your face. And for you glasses wearers, make sure you're not wearing your glasses because usually you can see the reflection in your glasses. If you get close enough to it, that also solves the problem. But in general, make sure that you don't have a big shadow behind you. It's actually kind of a challenge, which is why I have so many. I just kept adding lights until the shadows started going away and you could actually just see the background instead of spooky marketing tips with Kathleen. But a light that shines right in your face is the number one thing you want to have. The ring light that I use as my key light, which is like the main light, has a place where I can put my phone, and that's what I use for my camera, which is a good transition point into the next piece because you need to have high quality camera recording. And chances are your computer's camera isn't high enough quality. Unless you have a brand new computer or some sort of fancy computer, chances are really good that your phone has a higher quality camera in it than your computer. My computer is from 2015 and it doesn't go higher than 720p. You want 1080p for these videos. You don't need 4K. We're not making videos for billboards, but you do need 1080p. That's the high def. You want to use that quality so that when you cut it later into the different aspect ratios, you're not losing any quality. So I've used a camcorder. I have a camcorder that I can use, but because I have my camera on my phone set up as a webcam, and I'll talk about software after we do audio, I can use my phone as a camera. And again, it's 1080p on the selfie side. I can use my mic that I have set up that I've had since my podcasting days for quality audio. And I can use the Wi-Fi that my computer is plugged into to get the videos on Dropbox faster than having to use, sometimes when your phone isn't connected to Wi-Fi, then you have to use the network and it takes a day to get a video up into Dropbox. And so this is a really good way to get videos done quickly. It's nice because if you set yourself up like this, then you're using your phone's camera in your video conferencing, which I don't know about you, but I do a lot of that in any given day. So it's nice to have like a nice camera set up because then it's already there. So that if I have time and I think of a piece of content and my house is quiet, then what I can do is I can just get that content out the door without like a whole setup. My camcorder needs a stand and all of that stuff. And so what I've been doing for the last like 15 videos has been a really cool approach. And so I want to talk about software before I talk about audio, because if you already have a mic, which a lot of people do, because you've already hit the limits of the quality of audio that your computer can give, and you've gotten feedback maybe from people that you have video conferences with, like, gosh, you really need a mic. So you get a mic, you've already gotten a mic. The tool that I'm using to use my phone as a webcam is Camo, C-A-M-O. It's from a company called Reincubate, and it's an app that's free unless you want 1080, so I bought it. But you set it up so that you can look into your phone and you can record on any recording device you have. I'm using QuickTime right now, and as long as I have my QuickTime settings set up right, then all I have to do is export the video once I'm done. Had I done that, I would not have had to buy an external mic for my phone specifically. And right now, what we're doing with clients is that we're sending them ring lights and mics that plug into their phones. What I would like to get to is to get them to be using Camo as well, because it is an easier solution and a really good way to keep yourself doing more video content, because it's just so easy. But if you don't want to do that, if you don't want to set it up that way, that's fine. Make sure you get a mic for your sound that plugs into your phone. What we're sending people right now are lapel mics, so that you can clip it right here and set your audio up so that it's picking up crisp and clear sound. And then that's kind of all you need. With that software, if you don't have a video phone, if you haven't updated your phone in a long time, you may want to just invest in one of those like Logitech webcams that again does the same sort of thing, where you can just set it up with the software and record with it, and it's easy. One of our clients does that on his own. And those are all high quality as well. We're getting into an era where all of the recording devices are in HD, and that's awesome for our content purposes. And so make sure that you have the tools that will help you create a frictionless content creation process. Because what I want for you is for content to be so easy for you to produce that you have the opposite problem. Like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do with all this content? That is a good problem to have. Back with more later.